Number 4, state whether the following have a positive or negative linear relationship or a nonlinear relationship. If you look at the first example, it's got a downward trend at first, but then it goes to an upward trend. When you have two different directions like that, that's really no trend at all. So that's a non-linear relationship. If you look at the next one, you've got a table where the x's are increasing by tens and the y's are also steadily increasing. If it's about the same amount, I mean, of course you can, so these are by tens, right? Every time. 10, 10, 10, and 10. And then this is plus 3 and 3 and 4 and 2. So they're about the same. I mean, they're pretty close. 3, 3, 4, and 2 is a reasonably close change. And if you weren't sure, you could kind of sketch out a quick graph. So we have 5, right, at 10 apiece. So 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. And it's going to be a rough drawing, guys. It's not going to be like you're not going to have to use graph paper or anything like that. And I'm going to 14. So I'm actually just going to do 3 lines at 5, 10, and 15 to give me a rough guide. So my first point would be at 10 and 2. So 10 and 2 would be about right there. 20 and 5. 30 and 8. So that would be between 10 and 5. 40 and 12. And 50 and 14. So just barely above there. So if you look, you have a general upward linear trend. So that would be a positive linear trend. Now, if I move on to the next one, let's see, this is going up by 3 and up by 2 and up by 2 and up by 2. So that's reasonably close. Then I have an increase of 5 and an increase of 2 and an increase of 5 and an increase of 5. So they're both increasing and they're both at a relatively constant rate. They have a few that kind of skip around, but for the most part, it is a positive linear relationship. The next one is increasing by tens each time. So that's 10, 10, 10, and 10. And then here you have an increasing of 3 and 3 and 4 and 2. And so again, those are pretty close. That's as x is increasing, y is also increasing. So that's a positive linear trend. If you go to the next one, 10 to 22 is an upward increase of 12. 22 to 30 is an upward increase of 8. That's 3. And then 12. And then 5. So it's increasing, but kind of at a sporadic rate. Then you have plus 10 from 2 to 12, but then you go minus 8, and you're going to go plus 11, and then minus 12, and then plus 11. When you have this plus and then minus and then plus and a minus, and those are pretty big numbers to be different also, that graph, if you were to graph that out, that's going to be very scattered, and I will show that to you just so you know what I mean. I'm going to draw that graph. And we're going to 50, so I'm just going to go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And here we're only going to 14, so we're going to go 5, 10, 15. So this is 5, and these down here are 10s. The first point is 10 and 2. The next point is 22 and 12. So here's 20, 22, It's about right there. Then the next point is 30 and 4. 10, 20, 30, and 4. It would be right there. And then so this is a dot, and this would be a dot, and this would be a dot. The next one is 33 and 15. So that's going to be like there. You have 45 and 3. So like right there, and then 50 and 14. So as you see, you have dots spread out with no trend. So this is non-linear. Non-linear. And the reason I put that is because this is positive linear, and I don't want you to think that it was a negative linear trend. So when we move on, this is a negative linear. And if we go down to this one, it goes like that. That is non-linear.